So let's talk about the announcement made by the folks at Capcom. Hey, it's your boy D here with the Geek Experience. Before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, share it with your friends. So let's get this show started. So earlier today, the folks at Capcom announced that they're coming out with their own plug-and-play system. We've seen it over the past couple years with the NES Retro system, the Super NES Classic, PlayStation Classic, unfortunately. We've even seen it with the at-home games and their Sega Genesis. Not sure which one's worse, the Genesis or the PlayStation Classic. We'll let you guys debate that among yourselves. But Capcom has decided, hey, if everybody else can do it, we can do it too. So they're coming out with their own plug-and-play system. But what's interesting about this one is that it actually looks pretty cool. First, this plug-and-play system is going to plug directly into your TV, your flat screen TV with an HDMI port. But it's going to come with 16 games. So let's go over them. First, we have the classic shooter 1944. Then we have Alien vs. Predator, an old arcade game. We have Armored Warriors. We have Capcom Sports Club. We have Captain Commando. We have Cyberbots Full Metal Madness. We have Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors. We have Eco Fighters. We have Final Fight, awesome game. Played it many times when I was younger. Ghouls and Ghosts, incredibly hard. We have Giga Wing. We have Mega Man, the Power Battle. We have Pro Gear. We have Street Fighter 2, Hyper Fighting. You can never go wrong with some Street Fighter 2 action. We have Strider. And then we have Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Now, I know there's plenty of other games that could have been on here. I would have liked to have seen The Punisher, the old arcade game The Punisher. I never got to finish that back when it was in the arcades. But anyway, we have 16 games. We have this huge, long controller here. Actually, it's two controllers. And what's even cooler is that I believe these have some very high quality, I think they're called Sanwa controllers here. So they're not cheap. And I have to say one thing. I did not get one of those arcade one-up cabinets. One, because, it came up to my knees. And two, that everything looked like it fell apart quite quickly. But it looks here that this thing is made for high quality, for some intense action. So I'm all in. I'm ready to get this thing. Now, the caveat here is that so far, the website for Capcom is only pointing to the European store. And right now, the price looks pretty high, even in euros. It looks like it's 230 euros. So if you convert that over to American dollars, that's almost 250, maybe close to 300 bucks. That might be a little steep. Hopefully, for the American market, it might be a little bit cheaper. We'll have to wait and see. But I think this is going to be a pretty cool thing. You don't have to build anything. I have to, I wonder how, long the cable is. Maybe you have to buy your own HDMI cable. I don't know. But I think this is going to be really cool. The best part about it is that it has a lot of games that were, you could get off the emulation scene and play it on your PC if that's what you're into. But it has a lot of games that used to be played in arcades back in the 90s. Games that, a lot of games that didn't make it to the home console systems. The Alien vs. Predator is a perfect example. And I remember playing that a lot, like I said, back in my younger days. And I never got to finish them because, one, I never had enough quarters. These things were insane quarter munchers. But, if you play it at home and you have unlimited continues, even better. But what's really cool is that this system actually is Wi-Fi enabled. And what they're saying right now is that you could use it to exchange high scores on a, global leaderboard. And that's only fine and dandy. But I think at the same time, since it's Wi-Fi enabled, there's probably a way to possibly, upgrade the system to add more games, maybe, because these games don't take much space. So if you throw in, an 8 gigabyte or even a 4 gigabyte, SD card, you can probably carry the entire Capcom lineup for an additional price. So I'm thinking maybe we could have something where we can add some more games here. Anyway, Probably the biggest complaint I've seen and heard is that the buttons on this controller are clear, so it might be a little bit difficult to find out which button does what. So I'm kind of hoping that what we're seeing here is a bit of a prototype as far as, the aesthetics and all. And maybe they'll decide to put in the color scheme of, the Street Fighter 2 button layout. Whatever, as long as, it is not clear. It looks like they really want you to look at that Capcom logo. Anyway, all I know is that maybe $300 is going to be a little bit expensive when you throw in taxes and shipping. Maybe they can drop that price, maybe $50 to $100. I mean, the games are incredibly cheap anyway. The only thing you're really paying for is the hardware, and you don't really need much for that. So, like I said, if they drop the price, I would definitely pre-order it. And maybe Capcom will update their website for the United States market. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think as far as this announcement goes. Is it cool? Has everything gone, way over the top as far as this retro consoles go? Because, we spent, $60, $70 for NES console. We spent $70 for the SNES console. They wanted $100 for the PlayStation Classic. Now you can get it for $40. Sorry for me being an early adopter. But you can get just about anything for $50 to $100 now. So with this one hitting the $200 price, is this one too much? Let me know. Post it in the comments below. And let me know what games you would have liked to have seen on this thing. Would you have liked to have seen The Punisher? Would you have liked to have seen, golly, what other Capcom games out there that they had back in the 90s? Are you really into the retro gaming scene? If you're not, let me know. And if you like what you heard, hit that like button. And, you can also subscribe, help out the channel. We're going to try and get to 150, 200 channels, subscribers this month. So help me out here. And remember, we're doing a podcast each and every Saturday. So if you like to hear us talk about things that happened this week, be sure to chime in. And every once in a while, we give something away. So hit that subscribe button, and who knows, you might win something. Anyway, I'm out of here, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.